Into the air right away is Allen.
Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use it. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And some room to work. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down.
You want to talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights. That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw, extra defenders bearing down on him. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. This is caught. It's Brown. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown. 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Ravens take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Yeah, slightly more difficult attempt here from the 20. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has...
It's caught inside the 25.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Allen.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Allen's throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 11 yards for number 11.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And it's caught. Touchdown. Tony Gonzalez from 6 yards away. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back. Tremendous poise. Confidence never lost. And obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Bullock good on the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Gonna air it out deep for Gronkowski. Touchdown! Rob Gronkowski, 47 yards. And his guys have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 14-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And some room to maneuver. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They run once more with Edwards. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Edwards. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. One of the best safeties ever, Ed Reed, in there to make the stop behind the line. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 53. Tucker's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there, and that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing now is Allen. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Letting one go deep here for Gronk. And he's got it inside the 10. And they rattle off a big one. 58 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. Allen now on the sneak, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Josh Allen scoring on the sneak from a yard out, and they are able to add on to their advantage. So he's able to sneak it in, and credit to the guys up front.
Oh, without a doubt, because they have the leverage on this play. We always talk about low man wins and one-on-one battles. That's exactly what happened there. Their offensive line lower than the defensive front.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Now Jackson. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Complete, the tight end Kelsey. They'll give him 4 yards there, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Here's Jackson to throw. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Leon Sandcastle. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is this horoscope off? Is biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Rob Gronkowski in the final seconds of the first half as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered defensively. A disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. Now, a little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
A give for Edwards running right. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Again, it's Edwards. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Jackson. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's got room. And they move this all the way down to the 9. It's a gain of 34.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
They'll run here with Edwards. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Edwards. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
And now down 3 scores. I don't think there's any decision at all. You've got to go for it because you don't know how many more times you're going to get an opportunity. Field goals, they're not going to cut it in this situation.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey from 4 yards out. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Well, this will frustrate a coach right here. The flag is out before they get off the extra point, and this is going to be a delay of game. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Another attempt now from 5 yards further back. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
To throw again on second down. Allen. Flushed out right. The ball comes out. And this is going to get out of bounds. So they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually. And they'll hold on to the football as well. Looking at it from the defense's perspective, they could have really used the football to try to start eating into this deficit.
Yeah, because now possession's so crucial at this stage of the game. And when you've got an opportunity to hop on a turnover and you don't get it, you can feel the frustration all the way up here.
And the offense, they're living right now. Another bounce and break that goes their way.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Allen going to go on fourth down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Allen going to throw.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play there. And even 50 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It was JPP that time, Jason Pierre-Paul, who got in there to blow that play up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and goal, Allen. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Jackson. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Bullock good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Leon Sandcastle. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
Justin Jefferson
from 21 yards away. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And they open the lead up now to 25. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Jackson now. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Derwin James with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. So Allen's going to look to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Ravens are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
He's going to let it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.